Welcome to this audiobook summary of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, a groundbreaking book that has influenced millions of readers around the world. Covey's approach isn't about quick fixes or superficial improvements. Instead, he presents a framework based on fundamental character principles that create a strong foundation for personal and professional growth. These 7 habits are powerful tools for creating meaningful change from the inside out, allowing you to align your behaviors with universal principles of effectiveness. In this summary, we'll cover each habit and the principles behind them, helping you build a strong foundation for long-lasting success and fulfillment. Part 1. Overview of effectiveness and the first habit, be proactive. Covey begins by redefining what it means to be effective. He argues that true effectiveness is not about doing more but about focusing on character-based principles that lead to sustainable success. According to Covey, there are 3 levels of maturity: dependence, independence, and interdependence. Most people start in a dependent state, relying on others for their needs. To achieve personal growth, they must move towards independence and, ultimately, interdependence, where they can collaborate effectively with others. Covey introduces the first habit, be proactive, which emphasizes taking responsibility for one's actions and attitudes. Being proactive means recognizing that we have the power to choose our responses to life circumstances, rather than being controlled by external events. Covey explains the concept of the circle of influence, where proactive people focus on things they can control instead of worrying about things outside their control. By focusing on what we can influence, we become more empowered and resilient, even in the face of challenges. This habit lays the groundwork for the remaining habits, as it establishes a sense of agency and accountability, helping us shift from a victim mentality to a proactive mindset. Covey argues that by taking full responsibility for our lives, we can begin to shape our future rather than passively accepting our circumstances. Part 2. The second habit, begin with the end in mind. In the second habit, Covey emphasizes the importance of having a clear vision of one's goals and values. Begin with the end in mind encourages people to imagine their ideal life outcome and align their actions to achieve it. Covey introduces the idea of a personal mission statement, which serves as a guiding framework for decision-making. This habit helps individuals focus on what matters most, rather than getting caught up in day-to-day distractions. Covey explains that all things are created twice, first in the mind, as a mental blueprint, and then in the physical world. By envisioning our goals and values, we set a clear direction and avoid being swayed by external pressures. This habit is about leading a purposeful life based on carefully chosen principles and values, which provide a strong foundation for making important life decisions. For Covey, the key to beginning with the end in mind is defining success according to one's own terms, rather than conforming to societal expectations. This approach ensures that individuals create a life that reflects their authentic selves, rather than chasing achievements that don't align with their core values. Part 3. The third habit, put first things first. The third habit, put first things first, focuses on time management and prioritization. Covey's approach to productivity is not about doing more, but about doing what matters most. He introduces a framework called the Time Management Matrix, which categorizes tasks into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. Quadrant I, urgent and important, crises, pressing problems. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, planning, personal development. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, interruptions, some meetings. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, time wasters, trivial tasks. Covey stresses the importance of focusing on Quadrant 2 activities, which lead to long-term growth and fulfillment. By prioritizing tasks that are important but not urgent, we can prevent crises, reduce stress, and achieve a balanced life. This habit requires discipline and the ability to say no to less important tasks, freeing up time and energy for activities that align with one's goals and values. In practicing this habit, individuals learn to organize their lives around their mission and principles, ensuring that they invest in meaningful activities rather than becoming overwhelmed by minor tasks and distractions. Part 4. The fourth habit, think win-win. The fourth habit, think win-win, promotes a mindset of abundance and mutual benefit. Covey argues that many people approach life with a scarcity mindset, viewing relationships as zero-sum games where one person's gain is another's loss. However, Think Win-Win encourages people to seek solutions where all parties benefit, fostering cooperation, trust, and positive relationships. Covey explains that a win-win mindset is based on integrity, maturity, and an abundance mentality. By approaching situations with empathy and considering others' perspectives, we can create outcomes that satisfy everyone involved. This habit is particularly valuable in professional settings, where collaboration and teamwork are essential for success. A win-win approach requires a foundation of trust and respect, as well as a willingness to explore creative solutions. Covey highlights that this habit strengthens relationships, builds credibility, and encourages mutual growth, ultimately fostering a more positive and productive environment. Part 5. The fifth habit: seek first to understand, then to be understood. Covey's fifth habit, seek first to understand, then to be understood, emphasizes the importance of empathetic listening in effective communication. Rather than listening to respond, Covey encourages people to listen to truly understand the other person's point of view. By focusing on understanding before seeking to be understood, we can build trust, resolve conflicts, and communicate more effectively. Empathetic listening requires setting aside one's own perspective and biases, paying full attention to the speaker, and acknowledging their feelings and viewpoints. This habit fosters trust and creates a safe environment for open communication. Covey argues that when people feel understood, they're more likely to listen in return, leading to meaningful dialogue and stronger relationships. In practice, this habit enhances personal and professional relationships by fostering genuine connections, improving problem-solving, and reducing misunderstandings. Part 6. The sixth habit: synergize. The sixth habit, synergize, focuses on the power of collaboration and creative problem-solving. Covey explains that synergy occurs when people with different perspectives, skills, and backgrounds work together to achieve outcomes that are greater than what any individual could accomplish alone. Synergy is about valuing differences and using them as a source of innovation and strength. By embracing diversity and encouraging open communication, synergy fosters an environment where ideas and solutions are enriched by the unique contributions of each person. Covey argues that synergy is essential for creating breakthrough solutions and fostering teamwork, as it enables individuals to overcome challenges that would be insurmountable on their own. This habit requires an open mind and a commitment to collaboration, as well as the courage to embrace differences rather than trying to impose a single perspective. Part 7. The seventh habit: sharpen the saw. The final habit, sharpen the saw, emphasizes the importance of self-renewal and continuous growth. Covey explains that to remain effective, individuals must invest in self-care and personal development across 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. By regularly renewing these areas, people can avoid burnout, maintain energy, and continue growing. Covey highlights the need for a balanced approach to self-renewal, emphasizing that neglecting any dimension can lead to imbalances and decreased effectiveness. This habit reinforces the idea that success is a continuous journey, requiring regular reflection, learning, and improvement. Sharpen the Saw encourages people to take time for activities that restore energy, increase resilience, and cultivate inner peace, ultimately creating a sustainable foundation for lifelong effectiveness. As we conclude this summary of the 7 habits of highly effective people, I highly recommend reading the full book to gain a deeper understanding of each habit. Covey's insights go beyond typical self-help advice, offering a timeless framework for personal and professional growth based on universal principles. The book provides practical tools, examples, and exercises that reinforce the habits and help readers internalize these principles. By reading the complete work, you'll be equipped with a powerful toolkit for building a life based on integrity, balance, and long-term success.